I have been telling you all this for a very long time now that these people don't want you in their countries. They don't want you in their countries. I have heard a lot of stories of people complaining that there will be a day that they will just be walking down the street and they'll be approached by an elderly person, which the person will approach them friendly and ask, "Hello, what is your name?" You say your name to them and they'll ask you, "Where are you from? Are you from Africa?" And if you say yes, immediately they will just switch from this friendly mode into the real mode and saying, "Go back to Africa, please go back to Africa, we don't need you here," and start posing, some racial slurs at you to go back to where you belong. I've been saying this for a very long time, but you all still don't want to get what I'm saying. Maybe some of you are just like, "Okay, Nelson, we understand you, but we are still going to try. Let's just see." Do not try anything. Well, it is already too late. What am I even saying? Maybe after watching the UK Prime Minister saying this himself will make you all start believing me from now on.
Mr. Speaker, I said enough is enough, and I mean it, and that means I am prepared to do what must be done. So early next year, we will introduce new legislation to make unambiguously clear that if you enter the UK illegally, you should not be able to remain here. Instead, you will be detained and swiftly returned either to your home country or to a safe country where your asylum claim will be considered. And you will no longer be able to frustrate removal attempts with late or spurious claims or appeals. And once removed, you should have no right to re-entry, settlement, or citizenship.
Now, I want you all to pay attention to how everybody in that hall, everybody is just like, "Yeah, yeah," which means they don't want you in their country. They are very, very happy with this law. And maybe this is something that they have been fighting. They have always been trying to implement this law. They have always been trying to convince the government to implement this law because they don't want you in their country. They don't want you anymore. And even to some of our brothers who is still going to be in the UK after this law, or maybe some of our brothers that has already gotten their papers, after this law, you are going to get it extremely hot. Because maybe some of you might be saying, "Well, Nelson, we have already gotten our papers. We are fine now in the UK." Man, this is just the beginning. So if you all know what is good for you all, start making your way home and come meet me. Let us try to fix the motherland for the betterment of not only us, but for our children to come. Starting from next year, UK will be implementing a new law which is going to be very, very strict concerning entering illegally or the entering of migrants illegally into the United Kingdom. And I'm not saying that there is no law that restrict illegal migrants into the UK right now, but the laws right now are laws that if you go into the UK illegally, they will consider you. Maybe you can tell them a story, you can create, for them to have compassion for you, and they will grant you asylum, then maybe give you papers. But this new law that is going to be implemented next year, there is not going to be compassion for you. Matter of fact, if you enter into the UK illegally, they will immediately send you back to your country and place a total ban on you not to ever come into their country anymore. And maybe if you want to tell them about a story, you want to make them to have compassion for you, they will tell you, okay, we have heard you, but first you need to go back to your country first. When you get to your country, then we might consider giving you the asylum, or we might consider your story. And let me tell you all something. If they send you back to your country, despite them saying that they will first of all send you back, then consider if they will give you asylum or what, 100% fact is that when they send you back, you are never coming back again. That will be all. So many of our brothers and sisters are not happy with this new law because somehow they have considered UK to be one of their paradise, and this new law is going to disrupt their paradise for them. Now, let me be honest with you all right? I don't think there is anything wrong with this new law that they are about to implement in the United Kingdom. I don't think there was anything wrong with that, because in as much as it is their country, they have every right to implement laws that is going to protect their economy, and that is going to protect their country's interests. So will every government do, even your own government from your country, my own government, they will do everything possible to protect our country's economy. So on this other hand, they are right to implement these laws. Okay. Now let me flip the coin on the other side. I want you all to watch this video of this other person. I think his name is Dr. Howard something. I don't really know the country that he's from, but he's still from Europe. I don't know if he's in the UK and stuff. Just watch this video and let's come back to talk.
Sub-Saharan Africa has been fundamental to the global prosperity of the advanced countries. Okay? And Africa had a role to play. It has a role as a raw material producer. We will not allow Sub-Saharan Africa to escape that. Okay, we do everything to keep Sub-Saharan Africa where it is, also impoverished. It's absolutely vital for the prosperity of everyone else. So let's get clear about that. Okay, and this means all the economic structures, all the global institutions, and the economics we teach everyone is all designed to keep Africa exactly where it is. And whether it is Europe or US or now China, it's always the same. We need Africa to be impoverished because we need those raw materials and we need them dirt cheap.
All right, now, according to this man, he is saying that they are the reason why Africa is poor. If you watch the entire clip, you will hear him say they instigate these things. They make us to be poor. They make the motherland to be poor, and conflicts here and there. And they will come and tell us that it is your fault that you are poor. It is not us. All right, we are here to help you. Meanwhile, at the back of the scenes, they are instead there to just take the resources and keep majority of the economies in Africa to be at where it is right now, because it benefits their economy. So the only problem that I have with all of this, and that is why I will keep telling our brothers and sisters that you all need to come back to the motherland. There is a lot of work to be done. All right. Because in the other hand, they have started kicking you out of their country. Meanwhile, they don't want to let go of your resources. You understand me? They are kicking you out of their country by implementing new laws to stop you from entering their countries, telling you every day, go back to your country. But they still have hands on your resources and they are responsible. Well, according to what this man says, someone can say they are responsible for what is happening in your country. So now, this whole thing is not about, as you are coming to take away our resources, we are coming to your country. No, that is not how you solve this problem. You can only solve this problem if you return back to the motherland and let us start doing the work from the motherland. I hope you all have seen what Burkina Faso has done. This is how the work is supposed to be done. All right? There is no other two things to be done with. This is how the work is supposed to be done. So this is just a message that I am passing across. All right? And I'm sure as UK has, because I'm sure UK left, is it the European Union? So it is now a country on its own. So I'm sure as UK has taken this stand and started implementing these laws, you will see other countries too, maybe in Europe and in the Americas, will start implementing laws like this. And so you Africans that are always trying to get to these countries, how are you going to cope now? How are you going to cope? So for me, I think the energy that you are using, crossing the oceans, putting your lives at risk to get to these countries, is the energy that you can use and join me in order to fix the motherland, in order to, make things happen here in the motherland. Matter of fact, I'm going to be going live maybe today to talk about this same topic. So meet me live, join me live, let's share ideas and let's talk about this topic. So I'm going to see you all on my next video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Have a nice day.